Now let's be honest, have you ever felt like you lost the happiness that you used to get when you played video games back in those times? And now it's nothing but chaotic video games that's all over us in 2024. So today we're going to take a look at top 10 most peaceful and feel-good games that will definitely refresh and make you love video games once again. So starting off the list with the first game, which is DayZ.
Ladies, welcome.
The moon has bitches.
I'm a lady too.
Oh, hey, Sylvia. Sylvia, get up. Now, I know we live in a difficult time.
I've got to say this game has a very huge place in my heart because I've made insane amount of memories. Let me tell you, DayZ is one of a kind game, and if you ask any of the DayZ players that have really put their hours into this game, every single one of them would actually point out that DayZ is one of the most peaceful and peace-loving games that they've ever played. I made some incredible friends on DayZ. Some of them ended up being my real-life friends as well. We ended up playing so many different games together. We explored different games, and now we're good friends just because of DayZ. The best part about DayZ is that you not only survive against the open world, which has a lot of zombies, there is a lot of things like base building, survival, and you can cook items. You can also force feed players, and a lot of player interactions that you come across this game. It could either be very fatal, or if you're lucky, you'll find some good people who will turn out to be your real life friends forever. So DayZ is definitely my first and foremost pick when it comes to one of the most peaceful and games that makes you feel absolutely good. Moving up to the next one, we have Sons of the Forest. Now, this is a sequel of the first game, The Forest, and if you have played the first game, Forest, you probably know that it's a cannibal island survival game where you're basically surviving inside a very thick forest, which is filled with cannibal tribes. Now, these guys, they tend to do some weird stuff during the night times. Now, the basic concept of the game is for you to survive in this forest, you need to go ahead, find shelter, food, everything on your own, and during night times, you're going to get attacked by these tribes. Now, you can kill them, you can also use their body and carcass in order to scare them off, or you can even decide to fry them and eat these cannibals yourself. Now, Sons of the Forest is a sequel to the first game, and everything about this game is absolutely phenomenal. Now, from the visually stunning look, which is created using the Unreal Engine 5.4 technology, not only is this game visually good, it also gives you this tremendous amount of peaceful nature kind of a feel, which makes you feel that every combat encounter in the game is also going to look so beautiful. So exploring and, cherishing the world is definitely going to make you feel much more comfortable and feel good. And I think if you haven't played the Sons of Forest, you should definitely go ahead and try this. It's also available as a co-op version. You can play with your friends if you like it, or you can also decide to play it on complete solo. Now, moving up to the next game, we have Miscreated. Now, this is a game where I have made so much memories on, and so many good friends who turned out to be some real life friends with me as well.
Shush, shush, shush. Don't even say that. I will shoot you.
Oh,
I know exactly what you're fucking trying to do.
Oh shit,
I know exactly what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not trying
Yeah,
to
no, I do. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are.
Oh shit,
Yes, you are.
I didn't mean to do that. Oh,
Really?
sorry. No.
You're gonna stick your finger up at me.
That's what I'm trying to do, sir.
Now, this is a game that has a very similar concept to DayZ. Now, a lot of people have been saying that there is no game that kind of stands in the way of DayZ. There is no game that kind of even compares to DayZ. But honestly, I've got to say the best game that comes close to the comparison with DayZ is definitely Miscreated. Now, this is a zombie survival game, or you can call it as a mutant survival, because the developers like to call zombies as mutants in this game because they mutate and turn into all of these bizarre creatures. Now, Miscreated is a hardcore survival game where you're surviving in this post-apocalyptic fictional open world, which has plenty of different towns, big cities, as well as a lot of forest and a lot of things that you can do in a zombie post-apocalyptic setting. Now, you'll find a lot of online players. They can even kill you or become your best friends. Now, the entire survival aspect of this game is not just about you surviving all the time, of course. You'll have a lot of different experience in the game where you're just exploring, trying to cook food, trying to hunt animals, and also build your own bases. And all of these things combined together, it just makes your mind feel so much at peace. And also, one of the best parts about this game is the soundtrack. It's been almost 9 years and I still remember the soundtrack. Every time I hear it, it just takes me all the way back to nostalgia. Makes me remember all the good times that we had in this game. And honestly, if you're looking for a game that definitely makes your mind feel at peace, then I think Miscreated is going to get that job done. But unfortunately, Unfortunately, there currently aren't much players left in the online service, but if you do wish to play this with your friends, I think you're still gonna have a lot of fun. And now moving up to the next game, we've got Sengoku Dynasty. Now man, I've got to say, this game is definitely a bang for the buck because you play as a normal peasant, a normal farmer who's gonna go ahead and survive during the feudal Japan era, during the Edo times, where you play as this player-created character who's supposed to be a farmer, a peasant, who tries to build his own village, and you need to improve your village, build better facilities, you need to hunt animals. It's basically all about surviving in the ancient Japan culture. And once you build your village, there are going to be more people coming into your village. They're going to settle in, it's going to expand, they're going to make babies. The generations to come is just going to keep expanding, and you basically end up building a dynasty. Now the good part about this game is that online players on a completely different server, they could also be building their own place in this open world. They could build their own dynasty, and you can combat with each other and take over each other's dynasty. Now this is a game that definitely makes you feel it's absolutely worth the grind, and the reviews for the game has been absolutely amazing. Now if you're someone that loves feudal Japan settings, or you know, Edo period in the Japan settings, then I think you're definitely gonna love it because the ambience of the game looks fantastic. It kind of just makes me excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows because, you know, seeing this game, it kind of just makes me feel that what kind of a location Assassin's Creed Shadows is gonna be like. And every time I fire up this game, I just feel at most peace. And anytime you have a rough day at work, this is the game you want to be coming back to. And I think Sengoku Dynasty is one of the perfect games to give your mind an absolute feel-good feeling. And now moving up to the next one, we got Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now this is a game that doesn't need introduction. It's a first-person game that takes place in a single-player story experience during the medieval times. Now although it's a single-player story mode game, the environment and the way the game is set and everything, you're just gonna explore the environment, do a couple of quests. It's a very realistic game, which is first-person perspective. Now that's one big flaw. I know some people might consider that flaw. Some people might just love the first-person mode, but whatever it is, whatever mode it is, you guys are definitely going to have a very peace of mind state when you're playing this game because the way the atmosphere is set and the way the music direction is done and all the background music that's going to be playing as you keep exploring the world, it just gives you a whole new amount of peace. And I just feel like this game definitely had to be on the list for you to feel good in order to play a video game. And I think if you play Kingdom Come Deliverance, you're definitely going to fall in love with video games all over again. And now moving up next, we have Ghost of Tsushima. Now I'm hoping that most of you guys watching this video have already played or even tried or heard about Ghost of Tsushima. Then you should probably know that it is one of the most beautiful looking games out there. Anytime you look at this game, it just gives you that really good vibes, and just exploring the open world and even playing the storyline and everything, it just gives you such good, peaceful feeling, man. I think Ghost of Tsushima, it definitely deserves to be on the list in order to play a biggest role when it comes to feel-good games. Up next, we have Firewatch. Now, this is a single-player story experience game. It's a very short story. If you want to play some games that just last for a couple of hours, then this game is definitely going to be your jam because you play as a Firewatch employee who goes into this forest. You're going to stay in this tower. There are going to be some weird things happening around the storyline where you need to go ahead and explore all of these different clues in the forest, and there are a lot of mysterious things happening. It's not a horror game by any source of means. It's just a game that is built in order to give you a peace of mind and just make you feel good. So if you haven't played Firewatch already, or if you want to see a full-on Let's Play series, I've also done a full-on Let's Play of this game on my second channel, which is called Blackwoods 2. So make sure to go ahead, check that out just to know what kind of a game it is. You're absolutely gonna fall in love with this game. Definitely give it a shot, and hopefully this game could be the one that could end up being a stress buster after a hard life. Next up, we have another survival game. It's called Green Hell. Now this is a game where you're basically surviving inside the Amazon forest. Now it's a thick jungle. You're gonna survive in there. There's gonna be some deadly animals, from pythons to snakes to, you know, panthers and all the things basically. And this game is so realistic that the character in the game that you play as is basically gonna act as humanly as possible, which means that you're going to get a lot of different diseases if you don't take care of your character. You also lose this sanity, which is kind of, you know, if your character doesn't feel safe and secure for a long period of time, he's going to lose sanity and he's going to act crazy and kill himself at the end of the day. You need to make sure that your character feels safe, at the same time survive and find food, and also spiders, which are venomous, can actually kill you. So there are going to be different types of diseases that comes and all that stuff. When you explore this game, you just try to survive, build your own camp inside the forest of Amazon, and then there's a rainy night and you're just trying to, you know, build a campfire and cook your own food after you've done a long work of hunting. It just gives you a whole amount of peace. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have watched these YouTube videos where someone just goes on a camping spot and they just sit there, camp, hunt for animals, and they try to cook, eat, and that's pretty much it. That's the entire video. And it just gives you this weird peace of mind. And I think this game is just gonna let you experience that as a player who's playing a video game and experience all that stuff, make your own decisions on how to survive. And I think Green Hell is one of the best games out there when it comes to survival, as well as one of the best peaceful, feel-good games out there as well. And moving up next, we've got No Man's Sky. Yes, this is a space exploration game, and a lot of people actually thought this game was absolute trash garbage when it released, but right now, No Man's Sky seems to be one of the most highest rated games on Steam. After the latest updates that the developers have given on this game, it seems like they've completely changed the aesthetic of this game. There are so many planets you can visit in this game, so many things to do. You can keep exploring different alien species that you can hunt down. You just need to take your space shuttle, keep exploring all different kinds of planets that you most probably won't even remember if you've already visited, because all the planets are so unique, colorful, and the way that the game is designed, the artistic selection of this game itself just makes you feel good. I think the developers have proven themselves that they can rise a game that's already dead. And just a couple months ago, No Man's Sky got a brand new update which changed the entire game itself, and I think you guys should definitely go ahead and try it. This is one of the games that you're going to come back home after a long day at work, after a stressful day, or whatever bad things happen to you. But when you play this game, it's definitely going to make you feel absolutely good. Now, up next, the final game that we have is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this game doesn't need any introduction. You guys already know it. It's one of the best games when it comes to environmentally, aesthetically pleasing. And if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, what is even going on with your life, dude? Like, no, I mean, I'm honest here. It's one of the best games out there. In terms of storyline, it's absolutely emotional. It's just gonna keep you locked in. At the same time, it also has a multiplayer, which is pretty much just dead at this point. But even if it's dead, there is a lot to do in there in the single player aspect of the game. The open world itself, you can just get yourself lost into the open world of Red Dead Redemption 2. And I think this is one of the games that just made me personally feel extremely good. And I think if you go ahead and try these games, you will absolutely fall in love with it. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any more suggestions on all the feel-good games that you guys would like me to add on to my next list. Leave them in the comments down below, because it's definitely going to help a lot of people out there who are looking for some games that just gives them some good amount of peace. Now, of course, I'm going to make a new list where there are a bunch of upcoming peaceful feel-good games that's coming out in 2024 and 2025. So make sure to go ahead and check out that video, which will be coming out in a couple of days from now. And yeah, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to go ahead, drop a like on this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. It also helps the video get a lot more reach. And please just go down in the comments and let me know which game are you guys going to be trying out. And if you have any other games and suggestions, which makes me feel good in order to go ahead and try, leave them in the comments down below. Now, with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.